Yeah, thank you all for being here. Obviously, this is the start of our season. We kicked off yesterday on the field. Excited about this team. It's been nice to be able to be back out there to really kick off athletics for the fall for South Carolina, and our team is excited to be here. They've been working hard. This didn't just start yesterday. They've been here this summer working together for a month with our strength coach and getting ready for this day. And they've done a great job to be prepared. So as a coach, it's nice to have a prepared team, and now we just have to work on kind of putting it all together, getting the new players mixed in with the returning players. The good news, we have a great group of returning players. We have some fifth-year seniors that have come back. Between Heather Hins, our standout goalkeeper, one of our captains, Cam Dixon has come back as a fifth year. And then we've got an amazing senior class as well that's leading the charge, as well as many returners, some standouts that will be here in a little bit too that are some underclassmen. So excited to start and ready to put this great team on the field soon.
All right, questions?
Yeah, Coach, just what did it mean to have Heather and Cam come back? Obviously, having that leadership is going to be very invaluable moving forward.
Yeah, it always is. I mean, it's been nice the last few years we've had some fifth-year seniors, obviously having the extra year of eligibility, and that's been awesome. Between Sam Chang and Jaleesa Harris, Claire Griffiths last year were big losses for us, but it's nice to have those fifth-year players come back that can carry on the charge, as well as some seniors that will step up in their positions. And they've been tremendous players on the field, but they've also meant a lot to the team off the field and been leaders on the field, off the field, in the classroom. They're just great representatives of the program, so we're so glad to have them back.
Shelley, you're coming off a sixth, I believe, SEC championship, and there's another women's coach at this school that has had some similar success. Just curious if you and Dawn ever talk about what it's like to have a program not only that has the success, but they have become like media darlings, and you probably would have to say you're not quite there yet. Do you ever talk to her about, how do I get the kind of attention that's followed the women's basketball program?
Well, I think she's just done an amazing job to put them out there, and there's a lot with the way she is and how she interacts. And I think you put good quality on the field or the court, you're going to get a good fan base, which we always have. We might not be in front of the media as much, but we've always been out in front of the community, interacting. And we get more and more attention now with the social media aspect, which is nice. And so our players, and that's why we want to encourage you guys and others to kind of really meet these players, because they're amazing representatives of the school. They're not, like I said, they're not only doing it on the court or the field. They are A students. They're going off to be professionals on the field, but also in medical fields and being teachers at the highest level, and the things that just make us proud to watch these alumni succeed and what they've done here to be prepared to do something beyond college.
And one more thing, are you seeing with the Women's World Cup going on down in Australia and New Zealand, are you seeing an uptick in the interest in soccer in general and women's soccer in particular?
I think so. There's more talk than ever. I think you open the newspaper and open the pages, and you find that it's front headlines, and that's excellent to see. You see the crowds they get. If the stadiums were bigger there, you'd see even more crowds. Everything's sold out. So I think it's fascinating to see the highest quality of soccer being played around the world, not just the women's team dominating like in the past. So you're seeing challenges from around the world, and we have our own players in the World Cup. Between Sabrina D'Angelo that played in Canada and Alexa Barr was playing in Colombia, and they're still doing great. I mean, it's been fun to watch, and we'll continue to put more players in that top venue.
Is there a lot of talk among your players here about, watching it or at least recording it and watching it later, all that?
Of course. It's tough with the 3 a.m. matches. I tell them, don't get up and watch it. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to play the game. We've told them already we want to give them some good pictures from these games and show them in the video room. So that'll be some of our film sessions this preseason to learn the things that these teams are doing well and the things that these teams aren't. It's not the things we work at. The World Cup stage, they're also working at. They're also making some of the same mistakes. So you're learning from the highest level, but you're also seeing the finishing is tremendous in some of these games, and we want to get to that with our kids, and just the play, the fluidity that some of these teams have. You can learn a lot, and so we'll be definitely using that.
Yeah, has the U.S. women's team, last question, I swear. Has the USC women's team's performance so far been a little surprising to you? It's been kind of disappointing for a lot of people.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a little more predictable, I think, than they have been, and you can't just rely on athleticism. I think some of that's been in the past, but you've also had some special players, and they need to do a little bit more. I know Roosevelt is a good example of someone that they started to play, and she makes a difference. Unfortunately, misses the next match, but she's different, and you need a mix of players, not just kind of the same. And I think that will help as they continue to grow and realize they've got to do those things to compete with the best in the world. But they also are a team with so much heart, and they are good players, and they'll figure it out. And I think they're going to continue to battle even though they've had a slower start.
Shelley, in recent years, you've seen your seniors have to go through so much, whether it be dealing with COVID, whether it be the introduction, really, the transfer portal taking off, NIL. How important is it with this senior group to be able to continue to have that success, and how much we'd be leaning on them this year?
Yeah, that is a lot they've been through, isn't it? Yeah, no, I think that has been a more adversity for this class than ever, but they've handled it really well, and they had a drive last year to want to win a championship, to get back there. They hadn't, and they did it, and they found a way. They had ups and downs. We talked about it yesterday. That they stuck together. That's what makes them a team. And, you're not always going to have your best day, but you focus on what you're doing every day and not the opponent, and learn from it. And we found that way last year and found a way to win a championship. We're that close to teams that were in the Final Four, and that's the difference. We hope this year we'll be in that mix again and give us a chance to get back to that tournament. So we'll compete, and the seniors have the drive to be able to do it and bring this team together.
How would you describe the legacy of this program?
How would I describe it?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have built something special that has always relied on team camaraderie. We haven't always had the strongest team on paper necessarily, but we've beaten some of the best teams in the country. We've made it further in the SEC than a lot of teams just because of what we've done as a group, and that's how we continue to build the program, and that's what these girls invest in. They're a family to Jamie and I, as husband and wife team. Kind of naturally, they're like a huge family to us, and we can become second parents to them, including our staff's a big part of the family, and that's what our program is built on, and we continue to have success because of the way we play together as a team. No matter what happens the game before, we're able to bounce back and face some adversity.
Coach, you have two of your top goal scorers returning from last year with Kat and Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how much they were on the field at the same time last year, but how much do you foresee them being on the field at the same time this year?
Yeah, I see that happening as much as possible. They are our most dangerous players, and we want them to be out there together. We've worked on things to help them work together and be more creative and less predictable as players, just like I talked about with the national team. We have to be dynamic in what we're doing, and these players, the more they play together, the more they learn. They have that capability, and I think they've been working off each other very well, and we're going to continue to build that throughout the fall with the two of them, and then other players around them.
Last year at this, y'all talked a lot about wanting to win the regular season title in the SEC. Obviously, you captured the tournament title. How much is that still a motivation and a drive for y'all headed into this season?
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal. These players come here to win championships, and that's what we drive them. We help them try to achieve that goal, and we want to do it together. It's not me telling them you need to do this. They want to do this, and so we work together as a team. And want to be our best. But like I said, you're going to have these ups and downs, and you hope you consistently put something together that at the end of the day you're the winning team at the end of the season. And we've done that several times in regular season. We've also missed by one goal in the year. That can make the difference between the top and the second place. So we know how hard it is, and these players know, but they also know that what it takes to win a championship. So we're going to lean on that experience, but also bring these new players coming in who are very valuable to the team already, and shows some that we're going to continue to grow and be stronger than we were last year, really. And as soon as we can get everyone on the same page, I think we'll put some great things together. But the championship is always a goal. We just try to talk about it game by game, not as just what we're trying to work towards.
Coach, you're opening with Duke again this year. I mean, just what is the benefit of playing a game that difficult that early in the year?
Well, we went there and they're returning the favor. So, but no, playing. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Coach Church and all that he does and the players there. It's a great challenge. We want to play the best teams, and they're a top-ranked team as we are, and so you want that challenge right from the start because we face with our rival Clemson to start the season. So we want to be ready to go, and these players want that challenge, and so I think it's a great opportunity for us to see what we have and learn from it.
You mentioned returners stepping into leadership roles this season. Is there anybody senior or otherwise do you anticipate really kind of exercising their voice a little bit more this season, and what would give you that indication?
It's a tough question. I think that's to be answered. I think we just started, and I love to see players come in and really put their mark on the program. Young faces, and we tell them don't act like you're freshmen. So I think some of our freshmen are going to come in and do some things. I think Brindley Murphy is a good example of that. She's already shown what she can do in the high school level and the club level. She's made a name for herself, and I think she's come in with a great attitude. And we'll see how much of a necessarily a leader and vocal she'll be, but she's already shown she can do that. And among others in that locker room, I think our goalkeeper Heather Hins has grown every year and to be more vocal leader and more calming presence in the goal, and given our back line a lot of confidence. And so as a fifth-year senior, I expect her to also be a leader, and we ask that out of our goalkeepers, and she's capable of doing that.
You mentioned Brenly. Obviously, she's coming in with a lot of accolades from the high school level. Just how much are you hoping for her to be involved straight away here out on the pitch?
That's our hope. I think she's got all the tools, and she's going to impact the game. It's finding how the new players fit in with some of the returning players, and they're learning a lot. And so we'll see how quickly everyone can kind of grasp some concepts. But we plan. We always try in the non-conference to get their feet wet as new players and see what they can do, and then we usually have a little bit more consistency in our lineups and how we rotate players once we get to the SEC season. But that's what the non-conference is about. We like to challenge ourselves there and see what our young players can do among the returning players.
Do one
Brand-
more if we have it.
Brand new dorms opening right across the street. Whole new fan base of students there. What would be your message to them as to why they should step across the street and come to Stone Stadium?
Well, Stone Stadium is one of the best playing venues, college soccer venues in the country, and the students make it that way. Our community makes it that way. Our team, the product they put in the field, it's exciting. It's an amazing thing to watch. I think a lot of students that haven't watched women's soccer, especially, realize, oh, this is a lot of fun. This is amazing what they do. The amount that they run, they're tough. they're respectful, and they're great sportsmanship. I mean, I think they do it all. And I think when the students come over, they realize that, and they keep coming back. And so the fact that it's so convenient for all these students now, we hope that we can put on a good show when we're here on our home games.